and the stage is yours.
Awesome, thank you. Hi, my name is Justin Lozier, and this is TopaCan. So, TopaCan addressed one of the largest problems in the world, and that is cigarette butt litter. Globally, there are 4.3 trillion cigarette butts that are littered, and the U.S. contributes 250 billion cigarette butts. So the solution to the global issue that we wanted to address was the TopaCan can ashtray. It's a snap-on, affordable, convenient, and easy solution to cigarette butt litter by using a readily available can that you can find at a gas station, in your recyclables, in your car even. It's completely mess-free because once the can is full of cigarette butts, you can simply snap it off and properly dispose of the can after. And this is what offers our Go Green solution. So, what else is on the market? We see we have the most convenient ashtray in the world now. So there are these cup holder ashtrays. You can find them at any convenience store, grocery store. You just grab one, throw it in your cup holder, and you can start ashing into it. But the problem with these is they're messy to clean. They create odors after a few uses, and they don't promote a Go Green solution, or they don't promote the Go Green cause of properly disposing of cigarette butts, as we do. So how do we use the TopaCan? You simply hold the can ashtray, hold the can, you align and slide, now you're keeping it clean.
Slide.
So the development of TopaCan, I've been working on this project with my team for the last 2 years. It all started with the idea of creating a solution to properly dispose of cigarette butts. We looked at the market, from a family of smokers to living with roommates that smoked. We noticed that since the year 2000, based off our market research, that they removed ashtrays from cars. So we had to come up with a solution to this, and the solution was the TopaCan can ashtray. So December 2014, we incorporated as an LLC. We started prototyping of early 2015. We are now patent pending as of May 2015, and we'll get a patent update within the next 3 to 4 months to see how that goes. We have registered trademarks of TopaCan and the term can ashtray as well for tobacco products. And we just started our social media and online presence early this year. So who are we going to target in this market? Well, we're going to start in the US. With the 42.1 million active smokers, we want to reach at least 2% of that within the first fiscal year. That means 800,000 units sold. All right, that's doable, that's manufacturable. We can actually do that via our injection molding. Our limitation isn't the tooling, isn't the production, it's how are we going to reach this market. And our goal is also to go international, such as China, with the 350 million active smokers that they have out there. 54% of their male population are all smokers. So comparing the two markets together, we want to get the foundation set in the US, but then expand and go international. China, Russia, Asia, everywhere out there. But focusing just on the US, we need to separate the market and kind of tackle them individually to find our assets. And we see the markets, we break them down to on the road, outdoors, and the nightlife. Now on the road is the market of consumers that smoke in their car, they're commuters, they don't have ashtrays. Since the year 2000, like I had said, they've removed ashtrays from cars. So that's our primary focus, creating a convenient car ashtray that anyone can use, that's very easy and mess-free when you go to dispose of it. So how do we reach those markets? We can't do that just with our own manpower. We have to use distributors. And this, for example, Mr. Checkout Distribution, they work with 1,000 plus wholesalers and resellers, and they also work with 35,000 independently owned grocery stores and convenience stores. And our sales channels will be those of grocery stores, convenience stores, and e-commerce online. Based off our market research, the key term car ashtray is searched 140,000 times each month, which is something we want to tackle, and we want to channel all those leads right into our online stores, Amazon, eBay, our own Shopify store, right on our website. So what do we need? Oh, we got the prototyping complete. We're in final retail packaging. We're in development of designing the packaging that's in progress right now. We need low volume production, a batch of 24 made so we can just fill the box that's retail ready to send out to the distributors, to send out to promotional companies like Monster or Red Bull, or these companies that could use that as a promotional item. We need to be able to supply them with retail ready product. so they can make a decision on bringing it into their convenience stores and grocery stores. And from there, the remainder of the funds will be used for injection molding and tooling. All right, that's TopaCan. The most convenient ashtray in the world with the Go Green solution.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you guys done any research on the consumer base? So smokers in general are not going to be your most green conscious proper way to get rid of something type of people. So have you done market research that are smokers even really going to care about how they're getting rid of their cigarette butt, or are they less conscious people where they don't care if they're throwing it on
So
the
this is
ground?
where we tackle like a whole other market itself too. Because consumers like that do smoke cigarette butts, this is literally the most convenient ashtray. So from a smoker's perspective, if they use it in their car, they're keeping their car clean, but unknowingly they're also keeping the environment clean by not being able to throw the butts out the window. They're using the can ashtray. It creates a very easy solution for anyone to participate in our Go Green cause. But for non-smokers, this is a great opportunity for them to purchase a product like this for smokers. You know, just a few days ago, someone had mentioned to me that, all right, I don't smoke, you know, but we have a lot of cookouts, and you know, we have a wedding coming up soon, and we'd love to put this all outside. We'd order like, you know, 50 or so of them, just set cans up so everyone has a designated ashtray. And just recently too, I mean, you just drive around, you see cleanup crews picking up all the trash. The one item they can't pick up is cigarette butts. There's no tool to just pick them up, and they are the most littered item. And when they're thrown out, littered on outside, they get into our water systems. They get into the ocean, and they pollute and contaminate our water supply.
A couple questions for you.
Sure.
So, is the patent under your name? Because I couldn't find it in my database search.
So the patent is done under my name, yes. So I filed for the patent before I incorporated the company.
So it's a U.S. patent you filed?
It's a U.S. patent. And I went through Lambert Law Association.
No, I'm just, I have my
Yeah.
patent website open here, so. Okay, and you're filing it only in the U.S.?
To start with, yes. As soon as we get product or some traction with this, we want to get an international patent. It's just, you know, to start
Because one of the things in China,
funding's tight.
obviously, if you are successful in the U.S., it will be knocked off in China in about 3 seconds.
That's right.
And there's really no way to enforce a patent in China. You just don't have enough money. I mean, if you were successful, you still don't have enough money. In China to do it. And also, is it top heavy in use? I mean, does it fall over? I'm trying to think about it. I don't smoke, but
We've never had any
oh, you haven't had
problems.
any issue with that? And you said the end pricing was what, $4 to $6 in that range?
So the end pricing is going to be between $349 to around $499.
So what's your cost to produce? So what do you have to sell it? So what's your cost to produce, and what do you sell it for to the wholesaler?
So our cost to produce this with all our overhead costs is around 90 cents a piece. That's with the local UMass Lowell one-time injection molding company out of Amherst, New Hampshire. And packaging, shipping, labels, assembly, warehouse, that all covers the
That's all
overhead
in.
costs of the 90 cents per
90
piece.
cents,
We break it down.
then what do you sell it for to your channel?
$2.30. So that's about a 63% gross margin and negotiable until we can work with them.
Have you ever thought of going to the car manufacturers with this?
I have not, but that's a good opportunity right
I
there.
mean, the bottom line is today, you can't buy a new car, an ashtray, or a lighter, okay? And the reality is that going to a OEM manufacturer to offer this as part of their overall package, buying a new car would make all the sense in the world, and to be honest with you, I think it's a hell of a lot of it, okay? And because they just are not offering ashtrays or lighters in new cars and haven't for probably the better part of 8-10 years. And most people are using paper cups. I know I do. And this is a great idea. No, I think this is a fantastic idea, and going to an OEM and offering this as an extension beyond, you know, your current thought process on distribution, I think would make all the sense in the world.
Are you concerned with your consumer base declining over years as smokers are declining, the amount of smokers in the U.S.?
That's a great question. I did some research between 2014 and 2015 that the U.S. active smoker, they only declined by 220,000 consumers.
And also in
That's
Europe.
with the introduction of the e-cigarettes as well. You think it'd be much more drastic than that, but it's not.
Can you explain what the 800,000 units sold is? What is that?
So out of the, like say, 40 million active consumers in the US, if we wanted to reach 2% of that, that comes out to be 800,000 units.
Potential users.
Potentially, yeah. If our goal is the 2% for the
Okay.
first year.
And why are we only doing 24 units for some data marketing and everything?
So that's a
seems
great
low to me.
question. So the 24 units is based off the urethane casting, the process of manufacturing, like a small quantity, like 20 or 30. Just for the urethane casting mold, it's going to cost $3,000 for that with the two components. And then to produce each piece out of that, it's about $50 to $100 a piece, depending on the colors and variants that we put into it. And the mold can only produce about 30 pieces before it deteriorates because it's made out of silicone. It's very malleable. So we need to just get that product, package it up, because the distribution company, Mr. Check that I had mentioned, I've been working with them, and they said they love the product. They want to see final retail ready product. And I have that prototype there, but that's 3D printed, it's finished, it's coated. You might see where it's chipped a little bit on the paint. The actual product won't be like that. It'll have the pigment of the ABS all the way through whatever color we choose.
So
And did I see it on a Red Bull can too? Because Red Bull cans are skinnier.
Yeah, so it
So
fits
it's
every
on
standard
every
can size.
Wow.
any size.
Energy drink, beer can, soda can, sparkling water, V8s.
Have you
fits
thought
all
about
up.
branding, like for universities and
Yes,
sports
so
teams?
we're gonna be doing pad printing right on the side of it. And our logo, how it's embedded in there, we're actually gonna, on the final one, it's gonna be just a surface finish. You'll be able to see it in the light, but we wanna be able to use this as a promotional product, like Coca-Cola and Monster and the big companies, just to be able to buy them in bulk, and we ship them to them and they just give them out as freebies.
So do you know how many of the alternatives, of the ones that sold for 2 to 5, you know, the formed ones that are just a standard small ashtray?
The
What
alternative,
Yeah,
that's
the
up in
alternative. Do you have any data from the distributor you're working with, who, for what they cost, or what they pay for that? You know,
I
what
have
their
none
margins
of
are?
that data in regards to their product.
Well, I don't, you know, or how many are sold in terms of, if you look at 800,000, I think, relative to that, to find out, well, how many of the alternatives are sold in your target market each year, to find out, are you going after a larger or small percentage of the penetration of other ashtrays that are sold? Because it's not really penetration of smokers. What you're really doing is you are coming in and trying to take over or take a share of an existing ashtray market with a maybe inferior product. So you're coming with something which may offer some advantages to, you know, self-disposal.
And do you know what % of the market share you're looking for?
So I'm looking for the 1 to 2% to start with. That's just my
1 to 2% of smokers, or 1
the smokers.
Okay, but you don't know how many of those would actually buy ashtrays.
I do not know.
I'm more asking the question. Okay. It's probably good to find out if you have that distributor or you know reseller you're talking with. Ask them the question in terms of, hey, what do you pay for the other ones? And tell them you're trying to come up with a better, you know, with the best product in pricing, because it will help you if in fact you come up with something that's price comparable to what they're paying now, and not make them necessarily pay more, or make it where in fact, you know, so you're going to say, do you want them to charge a premium for it, or in fact you want to have a better product and take a larger market share? It's a little bit of a decision you have to make in terms of how you position yourself.
Good points.
You've ever thought about marketing this as a total package,
I was just thinking.
and the top?
That'd be a great alternative to, you know, if we have like cans that are ready to be recycled, we could reuse them.
But we also could provide it for advertising, rather than somebody, you know, who taking a Coke can, develop a can that is more sustainable in terms of the product, and selling it as a package, both the top and receptacle. And all people have to do is, you know, when it's full, figure out how to get rid of it.
So
Okay.
talking about getting rid of it, once the can is full of cigarette butts, the concern might be how do I recycle it now?
Right.
So I've been working very closely with 2 recycling companies. One is TerraCycle, which is a cigarette butt recycling company. They actually recycle the cigarette butts. And another one's North Star, they're local. They recycle cans and do waste separation. We've been working on a process of developing either whether it's drop-off locations in big cities or a click and done, like, you know, just print out the shipping label, put the butt-filled can in a package and send it out. and we've been kind of working on all the logistics for this and how to work it out. So we do offer the full solution, environmentally speaking, not just saying that it's a go green solution to prevent cigarette butt litter, but to offer that full turnaround that you are recycling the can as well.
So
And to get
Justin,
to-
what happened that gave you this idea?
Well, my whole family used to smoke. My mom, my dad, my grandfather passed away from smoking. So it goes pretty far back. I personally have never smoked. My two roommates I lived with in my freshman year of college, they both smoked, and we had a bottle that they'd use out on the porch, right outside on the deck, and they'd fill it up and it'd get nasty. And, like, I'm starting to think, I'm with them in their cars and they just flick their butts out the window, and there's soda cans everywhere. So one thing led to another, and we had an idea. I started tinkering around with the computer. I modeled it out. I sent it out to a company out in California to have it 3D printed, got it back. I'm like, wow, this is it. I just had, 6 iterations later, I finally developed a retail-ready product.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Good.
Great
That
concept.
was good.
That's it.
We're going to have
Awesome.
to for the next group. Thank you very much.
No
Thank
problem.
you so much. Thank you.
May I keep your mouse for an hour?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
I noticed you turned it. That's how you cut off the airflow when you put a cigarette in. So it prevents the odor from escaping when you're in the car. And it also puts out
Good point.
the
Should that add in your presentation?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.